Hey guys, welcome back. And today what we have is...
Bonjour. C'est la voiture bleue. Et c'est la français.
And with that guys, we give to you the Renault Kiger. So we were at the launch of this car that happened a couple of days back in Goa, and we had an amazing time over there. So what we have with us is the turbo petrol manual. It is finished in this Caspian blue that looks extremely stunning. You have loads of tech inside that is extremely smart, and it drives sportively, so it's extremely sporty as well. So we'll explain to you all these three things on this review. So first, let's get to the front of the car. As you can see, the car looks really nice and stylish from all angles, from the front as well as the side. You have this beautiful looking hood up front that has haunches on the top that make it look a little bit more bold. You have a prominent Renault logo in the center along with chrome lines around it to add that more premium aesthetic feel to the car. You also have your DRL on the top and integrated along with the side indicators as well. Now the upper portion of this car, just this portion, looks kind of like the Quid, just a little bit actually, but not all that from the lower portion. You have this beautiful looking headlamps at the bottom that kind of remind you of the Bugatti Chiron. Kind of reminds you of that. So it's another nice detailed touch. You have loads of design elements going on around the bottom as well. So you have this splitter at the bottom that looks beautiful and adds that more sportier look to the car. So moving on to the side, first thing that you notice are these 16-inch diamond cut alloy wheels that look extremely beautiful and accompany the car perfectly. They are wrapped around these body claddings that are around the wheel arches of the car. So you have it in the front and the back to add to that more SUV stance. Now coming onto the side, you have a very clean, plain layout. You have a dual tone, this being the top end variant. The top end is finished in black, whereas the bottom is in the body color that looks really nice and adds that more sportier feel of the car. You also have the RXZ badge over here, this being the top end petrol manual over here with us. Also have these roof rails on the top which aren't only for show, they're also functional, and you can also carry up to 50 kgs of weight on the top, which is again a really nice thing and practical as well. Coming to the rear of the car, as you can see, you have a nice sporty design that carries on to the back as well. You have this beautiful 3D tail lamps over here that really look nice, and they have perfectly integrated the reverse lights as well inside. That is a really nice touch. You also have this diffuser like treatment at the bottom that is finished in your silver. Adds a nice contrast with the black cladding at the back. You also have this nice roof spoiler on the top that is finished and designed differently. You don't have like a full thing, you have it like coming out in the sides and then moving into the high mounted stoplight and then moving on the other side. Looks really nice and sporty, adds that more premium appeal of the car. You also have this line that runs all the way here, so really looks nice. So the side profile as you see from this side has like this wide thing coming out from the side, really looks nice. You also have a reverse camera that is integrated really nicely around the Renault logo over here. You also have Kiger written. Again, this is something that a lot of manufacturers are doing right now, writing the entire thing. You have a Renault badge on this side and you have a turbo badge telling you that this is the turbo variant. Now let's check out the boot space. So you have a class leading boot space over here. You have like a huge boot over here that is pretty deep. Now the loading lip is a bit high, but in terms of space, you can store a lot more because the boot is really deep. And at the bottom, you have as well a space saver tire that is right here, and which is a size smaller, So it's a steel rim, not an alloy. Apart from that, it's a pretty practical boot where you can house a couple of bags and go on those weekend trips. You also have a parcel shelf, so you can store some things over there. Now let's head on to the interiors and check what we have in there. So hopping on the interiors of the car, as you can see, you have an all black layout over here. You have a bit of grayish kind of thing over here that runs around the dashboard on the top, which adds that element of design or sportiness to the car. You also have a nice touchscreen system that is right here in the center. It has loads of controls on this. You have your Bluetooth connectivity. It also has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is again a really nice thing and works perfectly well. You also have your AC vents. Now you have two which are placed right here at the bottom that throw a good amount of air. You have two on the sides. On the top, that is another nice thing. You also have your AC controls that are here, so you have like physical rotary dials around with digital inserts in the center, which is again a nice thing and is seen on another car as well, which if you haven't watched the video of that car, it's somewhere on the top. Do check it out. And in terms of the space over here, you have a space over here you can keep your phone. This is how the key looks. So you have like a key like this, which is nice. You can like put it in your pocket easily. It doesn't take a lot of space. You have your start stop button right here. You have USB port here. Now you have wireless charging over here, which is an option. If you don't take it as an option, you do not get anything. You only get a 12 volt charging slot at the bottom, but as an option you can get a wireless charging over here, which is again a really nice thing. In terms of the glove boxes, now there are two glove boxes, one on the top. So you have this one on the top that you can store your small tidbits, and you have one at the bottom, which is a massive one. You can keep loads of stuff as well here. In terms of the gear, now this is the turbo petrol manual, so you have a 5-speed transmission over here. It's placed well, you can use it perfectly, and it slots in as well perfectly. Down here you have a rotary dial over here to change your driving modes. So you have 3 modes basically on this car, which we will explain to you on the drive, so stay tuned for that. You also have another switch over here that has a light illumination that is here around the space where you can keep your phone, so where you can even house the wireless charging pad, so you can switch it on or off depending. You also have lights around the door handles on the sides, and you can see it probably in the night. It's a little too bright to see that right now. Your handbrake, which is placed right here along with some leather finish around it, add to the premium feel of the car. In terms of storage spaces right now, you have this glove box and this slider. If you open this, it opens a massive space over here. You can keep loads of things over here and also close it away, so no one knows what you keep inside this thing, which is again a really nice thing. In terms of the mirrors, you have this, these are not auto dimming, these are manually adjustable mirrors, but have a good view outside the rear, so it's not a really big problem. You have a vanity mirror here on the passenger side, whereas you have one on the driver side as well, which is a really nice thing. Coming to the steering wheel, you have a very nice looking steering wheel. You have this touch of leather along with some white stitching around it to add again to the more sportier and premium feel. Around the steering, you also have this piano black finish that goes all around it. That really looks nice. The steering feels nice to hold, and it also has your tilt function. It doesn't get telescopic, you only have a tilt function, but that's pretty fine actually. In terms of the cluster, now this is a really beautiful cluster that they have done. This is a digital instrument cluster, and if you see the welcome light, the welcome presentation is amazing, and it also changes depending on what driving mode you are. So stay tuned for that on the drive review, which is going to be shortly. In terms of your Seats, now they are really comfortable seats. They have like bolstering at the side, which is really nice as well and holds you in perfectly. You have a good view outside the window, so your window line is amazing. Good visibility in front. You can see your bonnet right in front of you, which is again a really nice thing. In terms of controls on the steering wheel, you have your volume controls on this side, and you have controls to scroll through the instrument cluster up in front of you on this side, which is again a really nice thing. You have loads of information basically on the cluster. You can go through your services, you can go through your mileage and stuff like that, which is again a really nice thing. Your wipers are on this side and your indicators are on this side. You also have your lock button, so you can lock the car basically from here, lock or unlock basically. You have a defogger button here and your hazard light switch, which is placed right over here. On the driver's side, you have your master controls. So you have a one touch down for the driver. You do not have it for the rest of the windows. You have one touch down, one touch up only for the driver window, which is more convenient for the driver itself. And overall, the car looks really nice in front. It's basically a lot of black basically going on everywhere. Matte black, you have piano black as well in the center. Again, adding to that more sporty and premium feel of the car. So in terms of the door pads, you have huge door pads as well. You can house your 1 liter bottles with ease without any problem. You also get a reverse camera that you can see on the screen right here. So let me show you how that looks. So you have a pretty nice and decent wide view over here, and will help you perfectly park your car in the city or anywhere as well, which is a really nice thing. And it also gives you an indicator that the boot is open. So right now my boot is open and it indicates me on the screen, which is really good. So now let's hop onto the rear and see what we have at the back. So hopping on the rear of the car, you have, as you can see, good amount of knee room over here. I have a bit less underside support, but it's not that bad. You have it slightly shaped for the two sides basically. You have your magazine style holders over here to keep your stuff over here, newspapers and well. You have AC vents that are placed right here and protrude good amount of air as well. You also have a 12 volt charging slot at the bottom, so you can charge your phone, which is a good thing. Visibility outside the window is amazing. You have good amount of visibility. You have you have your own power window switches over here. You have nice door pads as well that can house your 1 liter bottles with ease. Now this one also gets a armrest, which is really nice. You have this nice design element that runs on this and on the seat as well. You have a place where you can keep your phone and has two cup holders as well. In terms of headroom, I have decent amount of headroom as well. Though me being around 6 feet tall, I have decent amount of headroom, which is a good thing. I also have a grab handle over here, which is really nice. In terms of visibility in the front, it's pretty good as well. I can see the front, so it's not too claustrophobic as well. And my headrest over here can be adjusted, so I can move it up or down depending on how I want to adjust it. So the rear seat of this car as well is pretty comfortable and nothing much to complain about. Now, without any further ado, let's get straight into driving this car. Hopping onto the car and we are going on for the drive, so let's check it out and see how it feels. Now, as I said, what we're driving is the 1 liter turbo petrol engine. So this makes somewhere around 100 PS and around 160 Newton meters of torque, which is good. It pulls the car perfectly. Now we just moved. We are almost at the 80 mark, which is going to tell us that we are hitting our speed limit. So this is how quick you reach from your 0 to 80, which is a really nice thing. One thing I need to mention is the gear, especially the first gear, is just a little bit far away from your comfort level of switching your gears, but nothing a lot to complain about, just a small thing that is to be noted. In terms of the steering wheel, I have a beautifully designed steering wheel. and I can also increase and decrease the height of it basically, which is a good thing. I have this leather wrapped on the top with white stitching on it, which is really nice. You have your Renault logo in the center with piano black finishes and a lot of controls on it to basically make life a lot more easier, so I don't need to basically move my eyes or hands away from the steering wheel. I can do everything over here itself. Talking about the instrument cluster, I have a beautiful instrument cluster right in front of me, and it changes depending on what driving mode I am in. So as I said earlier, I will show you that. So right now, let me put it in Eco, and when I put it in Eco, I instantly feel that the car has pushed me back. It's like the car has cut off a lot of power. So this is basically to give you the best economy, so best fuel efficiency basically. And the dials on the top have green and red on it. More eco way of driving to you can save your mileage. Then there is the normal, wherein I instantly notice that the power has increased a bit, and that feels much better. So now putting it in sport mode, and I instantly feel that extra boost. So there's a lot more power. The car literally is just gliding away, or it's like I can literally feel that, which is a really nice thing. Now I'm taking this corner. Let's check the body roll. Okay, there is a tight bit of body roll as well, but I took the corner at a pretty high speed. So in normal driving conditions, I don't think anyone would do that and on those speeds. But apart from that, the sports mode really feels sporty. And as I said earlier about the tagline, the sportiness that is there in this car, which is a really nice thing. So you can change modes and drive according to how you like to drive it. So now let's put it back to normal, and let's talk about other things. Let's talk about the steering. In terms of steering, there is this slight additional weight given on the steering wheel. Kind of feels a little bit artificial. Now also on each driving mode, it also weighs up and lightens up depending on that. Right now, as we are on rumble strips, let me talk about the suspension. It's pretty comfortable, and it's set up slightly on the softer side, but that is good basically for our Indian road conditions basically, because we have a lot of potholes and ditches all over the place, and you wouldn't want to break your back with a stiff suspension. So that's a really nice thing done by Renault. Let's take a turn around this circle right now. In terms of the steering radius as well, it is pretty good. Steering feels light on turns, so that's an advantage basically on this one. In terms of gear shifting, it slots in perfectly. Nothing much to complain about except for that one thing that I said, but that's like literally nitpicking. But apart from that, the gear shifting is nice, not that bad. As I said, I have this screen right here that has loads of controls. I have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as well in wireless, so I don't need to connect my wire. So in case I connect my wire, in case I forget my wire at home, I can still connect my phone to Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I also have your radio, media, vehicle, so you can browse through different stuff over here. I have this driving eco, which is basically something that rates you on your acceleration, gear shifting, and anticipation. This is something that's also there on the Duster. If you haven't watched the Duster video, go check it out. It's somewhere on the top. You can check that video as well. Apart from that, the screen is really nice. The touch is pretty responsive as well, which is a good thing. And AC control knobs, which are here at the bottom, nicely finished as well. You have your digital inserts with rotary knobs around it, and looks nice, feels nice as well. Now there's one thing that the car doesn't have, which is wireless charging. Now that's an option which you can opt for, and by paying an additional amount, which is again a good thing. So with now a lot of phones getting wireless charging options, that's a good thing. They have a perfect slot as well over here, which is nice. In terms of visibility, I have a good amount of visibility all around the place. I can see the bonnet perfectly, and it's a good thing. In terms of seating comfort, yes, the seats are really comfortable. They hold you well. They have good amount of bolstering. The thigh support may be a little short for taller passengers, but nothing much to complain about. as such. In terms of safety, I have airbags. So I have 4 airbags around, so 2 in the front and 2 on the side. So in terms of safety, that's another good thing. So I think this is pretty much how the Renault Kiger feels to drive. It's something that if you're looking for a car in this segment, that is a compact SUV segment, I would suggest you to go for this. Now you also get 2 more options, transmission options. One is the AMT and the CVT, which we will probably put a short clip if we get one. Once we get one, you also get a naturally aspirated manual transmission as well, which is available on sale. That is priced slightly cheaper than this one, so that's another nice thing. Now the Renault Kiger is priced at an introductory price of 5,45,000, and at that price I think it's a really nice deal. The top end of course goes to somewhere close to around 10 lakhs, but even for 10 lakhs it's pretty good. The fit finish is nice as well, so it's something that you should consider if you're looking for a compact SUV. So now if you're looking for a compact SUV that has stunning looks, that has good tech and a sporty drive, then look no further than the Renault Kiger. And with that guys, we wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, found it informative. If you have any more questions regarding the car, do let us know in the comment section down below. We would like to thank Priority Auto for giving us an opportunity to review the Renault Kiger. If you have any queries and if you want to book the Renault Kiger in Goa, do head down to Priority Auto Ventures and they'll be the best people to help you in getting your compact SUV. With that guys, I see you next video.